Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Today, I want to share with you guys the results from a recent Anacs submission. I sent in 20 coins. I'll do it in two parts. And they finally had a deal, $13 per coin, which was really nice. I've been waiting for one of those deals to send this group of coins that I've been setting back in. First up is this 1831 Cat Bust Half that was originally in an Anacs AU53 reverse planchet flaw holder, and PCGS had said not gradable because of this planchet flaw here at about 2 o'clock, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't see why it shouldn't be able to be graded for something that's as made. So being in a details holder, I figured I might as well at least send it back to Anacs. And came back AU50, so did downgrade it a little bit. That's fine. It has a really pretty rainbow toning that sort of goes by the date and some around the stars. Just a really nice, pleasing look to this coin, and definitely deserves to be in a straight grade holder, in my opinion. It was in the old blue label, not the A&A, the I think late 90s. It's a holder looked like this, but it was blue and white, and I think that was the one time where Anacs kind of overgraded a little bit. Next up, we got an 81S. Really nice looking coin. I think I bought this one raw originally, if I recall. Possibly, I might have even cracked this out of ICG 65 holder, something like that. I thought this coin would at least come back a 4. Really needs to come at least do that for it to be worth it. And I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. I mean, it almost looks like it's a shot at a 5. It's pretty clean. Great luster. Typical for an S-Mint. Just slightly PL. And Anacs call us a 63. So it seemed kind of harsh on this coin. Not really sure what they're not liking about it. Possibly they saw some sort of issue and maybe they net graded it down a little bit. I'm not sure. They were really tough on Morgan's though. Next up, got a 62 Philly Washington quarter. Some toning, not necessarily good or bad toning, just kind of neutral. This one was another one that was in the ICG holder, if I recall. It was like a 67 or something stupid like that. And it came back 65. So, and that's probably not because of the marks on it or anything. I think it just doesn't have enough luster, eye appeal, to go any higher than that. And I agree with that. Next one, we got a 48 Denver Franklin half dollar. This one I had pulled, this was raw. This was in my collection for a long time. I sold off a lot of my raw coins, picked out a few of the better ones. This is the one Franklin that really stood out to me. Thought it was really nice. Looked like it had full bell lines. At 48 Denver is not really that hard to get with full bell lines, if I recall. It's got one good hit right there across the bell. But overall, it's a nice look to it. And came back 65 full bell lines. Actually higher than I thought. I thought this was a 3 or 4. You can see there's some hits right at the chin, some down here on the below the head. It just looks, yeah. They might have been just like a little generous on this one. Lots of little hits across the bell. But I'll take that. Next up, we got an 80S. Now there is 3 coins that I cracked out of rattlers, and the only reason I sent them to Anacs, they're all going to PCGS, but I thought it would be fun to just make a pit stop to Anacs on the way, just to see what they would say for high-end Morgan. I know it's really hard to get a 66 from them. I still haven't got one, and so these 3 Morgans will be getting cracked out and sent to PCGS, but yeah, just wanted to see what Anacs would say on the way there. Coin's super clean. Really nice look to it. This was in a 65 Rattler. I believe I might have had a CAC sticker too. I think this coin was at least plus, or I think it was a good shot at 66. And Anacs called it 65, so it's pretty interesting. Kind of tough on that one. There was 3, and I think the 82S I think was the nicest one of the 3. And there's a 99O. So 58. I don't remember if this is a Denver or not. Franklin half. I'll pull this one out of a mint set. I was shooting for a 66 or 67 full bell lines. Looks like it might have a little schmutz across the bell there, and possibly help this coin back a little bit. Nice full bands. A little bit of chatter on the right side of the bell. Came back 65. So that's kind of a bummer. Really needed 66 on that one for it to have been worth it, but it's okay. This coin, I think is really cool. I definitely screwed up on this one because I sent this to Anacs, my very first submission. It came back MS63. And I thought, oh, that's great. Well, you know, if this tone needs natural, it would be nice to get it in a PCGS holder. They called it artificially toned. So I went backwards. And then sent it back to Anacs again. They called it artificially toned on the second one. So I decided to try a third time. And they called it artificially toned again. So yeah, it's a good example of one I just should have just left alone. Really cool orange and reds, kind of a crackly look. Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with them. It's really hard to say how this thing got toned like this. It is possible. It's artificial. You see the color is like deep in the hairlines. I know that is kind of one of those things you want to see. So the hair is a different color than below the hair. That is can be indicative of natural toning, to where it's not to where the color is inset, you know. Maybe it's this crackle look that they think strange, or this red line. I'm not sure. Perhaps I'll just, I don't know. I don't know if I want to try that one again or not. That's a really cool looking coin though. But it's probably just a waste of money at this point. Next one's 82S. I think this was the nicest of the 3 Rattlers. This one's super clean. I don't see any reason why this coin shouldn't come back a 6. Super, super clean. Hardly any marks. A tiny little bit right behind the nose. Tiny little nick right on the neck. Other than that, it's like about flawless. Reverse is the same too. Almost nothing. So I thought, I'm pretty confident PCGS is going to call this a 6. Could even get a 6+. It's that clean. Same thing on the reverse, just nothing. No hits anywhere. It's almost perfect. And Anacs called this one a 5 as well. So my theory is kind of turned out to be true here. It's incredibly difficult to get a Morgan higher than a 65 from Anacs. This is a perfect example. That right there on the chin, that is in the planchet. That is not a scratch or a mark. You can see the tiniest little bit of rub right there. That's about it. I mean, there's almost no marks on this coin. So, kind of disappointing. Next up, we got a 1900 Morgan Philly. This was in an ICG holder, 65. PCGS, they called this altered surfaces. Again, the coin's very clean. It does have almost kind of a flat look across the face, so maybe that's what PCGS was seeing. It is these later date Philly mints are often like this, so that could be just how it was minted. Pretty mark free. I thought this one had a good shot at 65 too. You only see a couple little marks. This one came back a 4. Very few marks on this coin either. So at least it's in a straight grade holder. And last one is a 99.0. This is the third rattler that I had cracked out. Again, super clean coin. Your only real marks are a little bit right by the chin and a tiny bit right there behind the head. Other than that, it's flawless. I believe the reverse is the same way. Maybe even a little better. You got a little bit right above the eagle's head, and that's it. I think this is a 65 plus. Outside shot at 66. This one also came back 65. So, yeah. Anacs is definitely tough on these Morgans, and it seems like they're more so as time goes on, tougher and tougher. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll put out part 2 in the next day or two. Take care, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends. Good rest of your day.